Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, His Excellency the Minister of Commerce and Industry heads to Ankara to participate in the inauguration ceremony of Recep Tayyip Erdogan as the President of Turkey. Oman Forum for Fourth Industrial Revolution reviews role of the industrial establishments in supporting the national economy. And more than 7.5 billion Omani riyals is the volume of remittances by expatriates during the last 2 years. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Salva Kiir Mayardit of South Sudan on his country's independence anniversary. Assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Masoud al-Sunaidi, Minister of Commerce and Industry, left the Sultanate today for the Turkish capital Ankara to participate in the inauguration ceremony of His Excellency Recep Tayyip Erdogan as the President of Turkey for the second presidential term. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated that it is discussing with the authorities in Georgia the circumstances surrounding the return of Omani tourists from Tbilisi airport recently. According to the information available, this action included other citizens from the Gulf countries. The ministry stresses that the relations with Georgia are strong and further to develop them. The importance of the effects of the Fourth Industrial Revolution on education and labor market and the benefits of major changes witnessed by the world for supporting international industrial sector topped discussions of Oman Forum for Fourth Industrial Revolution. The forum focused on the industrial sector's ability on pushing forward the economic growth wheel, providing job opportunities and achieving international economy prosperity, in addition to reviewing challenges faced by the industrial, service and education sectors. The forum, which organized by the Higher College of Technology, witnessed wide participation from concerned people in industrial fields, in addition to male and female students of the college. More than 7.5 billion Omani riyals is the value of remittances by expatriate manpower in the Sultanate during 2016 and 2017. It is worth mentioning that the number of expatriates manpower in the Sultanate exceeded 2 million. On the other hand, the procedures that can be undertaken to reduce such remittances or benefit from them in terms of achieving economic revenues for the Sultanate include free internal trade for foreigners, allowing them to bring their families to the country in case their wages exceed 600 Omani riyals, among many other factors. According to statistics by the Central Bank of Oman in 2016, the remittances reached 3.9 billion Omani riyals, and in 2017, 3.7 billion Omani riyals. Major General Salim bin Musallam Qatan, commander of the National Defense College, paid a visit to supervise the activities of Al-Hazm exercise implemented by the affiliates of the 31st course of Command and Staff College. During the visit, he was briefed about the progress of the exercise, as those studying in it explained how they interacted with various stages of the exercise. It started on the 4th of July 2018 and came within the plan of general curricula of the course with the aim to achieve the training goals. Activities of the strategic exercise Decision Making 5 were launched this morning at the National Defense College. It came to crown the knowledge and academic skills acquired by the participants in the course and within the strategic academic courses that include the latest training technologies on the national, regional and international levels. It is worth mentioning that the exercise depends on the capabilities of the participants, as well as their knowledge of the studies and issues related to concepts of national security, in addition to their understanding of the significance of interests and national goals. Still to come in our news bulletin. In Paris, the Champs-Élysées street is transformed into a giant open-air cinema.
عبق فاح بين جنباتها، فنفثت سلاما برائحة لبانها. حلقت عاليا نحو السماء، فنقشت بأبجدياتها تاريخا جميلا، وبكرمها أمست مضربا للأمثال. مهرجان صلالة السياحي 2018 من 10 من يوليو إلى 25 من أغسطس.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. With the participation of various society segments, Social Development Department in the Wilaya of Qurayat organized the 5th Social Week program for the summer of 2018. The activity was accompanied by an exhibition in which a number of craftswomen participated. The craftswomen displayed palm frond products along with traditional weapons, khanjars and swords, along with other Omani artifacts like necklaces and bangles. It is worth mentioning that the Social Week aimed to promote and find marketing outlets for the craftswomen in order to help them increase their income. Omani Women Association in the Wilaya of Qurayat took part in this Social Week in order to support craftswomen there. The event was held under the patronage of His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Badr al-Ma'wali, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Social Development. Enhancing and sustainability of environmental and monitoring for the environment surrounding Sohar Port and Free Zone Sohar Port Company and Free Zone signed a contract with the Omani company Nakhil for environmental and industrial solutions for monitoring quality of air in the area of the port and the Free Zone. The station of monitoring quality of air, including a group of fixed and mobile stations in sensitive areas surrounding the port and the Free Zone, in order to meet high local and international environmental standards. With the participation of 30 participants from pharmaceutical care officials and drug monitoring divisions at the governorates, the Ministry of Health, represented in the Directorate General for Pharmacy and Drug Control, organized a training course in the field of inspection at private pharmaceutical institutions. The program targeted concerned people in inspection, pharmaceutical institutions and drugs control divisions at the governorates to ensure their commitment to regulations in order to evaluate pharmaceutical cadres. Oman Transport Company Muwasalat achieved highest number of passengers in the company's history since the beginning, with more than 25,000 passengers in the first day of Eid al-Fitr at the interior routes of the Governorate of Muscat. Muwasalat transported more than 2.5 million passengers in the period of the 1st of January until the 30th of June this year on its all internal routes in the Governorate of Muscat and external routes to various governorates of the Sultanate. The total passenger volume on the internal routes in the Governorate of Muscat during the first half of this year, Rowi al-Ma'bela route, topped the list with more than 800 passengers, followed by Rowi al-Amrat with more than 400,000 passengers. The organizing committee of Salalah Tourism Festival completed all its preparations for the start of the festival on Tuesday, 10th of July. The festival will include various types of activities which attract tourists from inside and outside the Sultanate. The committee organized a press conference with the attendance of a number of journalists and media personnel in which it revealed the work plan of the festival, which starts on the 10th of July and continues until the 25th of August. The administrative, technical and logistic preparations are ready as planned, and all tenders were awarded with respect of ethical, traditional, religious, entertainment and sports aspects. The municipality is ready and fully prepared to receive tourists for the opening of this huge, important touristic event. It is worth mentioning that the municipality has exerted tireless efforts in repairing damages caused by the recent climatic conditions. Now for some international news. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo met with Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe today to report on the outcome of talks with senior North Korean officials during his latest visit to Pyongyang. Pompeo said he raised a full range of issues with them, including their nuclear program and the abductee issue, all the issues that matters to the United States, Japan, and indeed to the world. Pompeo wrapped up 2 days of talks in the North Korean capital yesterday on an optimistic note, even without meeting leader Kim Jong-un, as he had on his previous 2 trips. Pompeo said he had won commitments for new discussions on denuclearization and announced a Thursday meeting between U.S. and North Korean military officials on the repatriation of the remains. But in a harsh response issued just hours after Pompeo arrived in Tokyo, the North said the visit had been regrettable and that Washington's gangster-like demands were aimed at forcing it to abandon nuclear weapons. Rescuers in northern Thailand today extracted at least 4 members of a youth soccer team from the cave where they had been trapped for more than 2 weeks, part of an ongoing operation to rescue the 12 boys and their coach. The operation to rescue the boys ages 11 to 16 and their 25-year-old coach by having them dive out of the flooded cave began this morning with expert divers entering the sprawling complex for the complicated and dangerous mission. 13 foreign and 5 Thai divers were taking part in the rescue. The entire operation to rescue all 13 could last 2 to 4 days, depending on weather and water conditions. The only way to bring the boys and their coach out of the cave is by navigating dark and tight passageways filled with muddy water and strong currents, as well as oxygen-depleted air. Before announcing that the rescue was underway, authorities ordered the throngs of media that have gathered at the cave from around the world to leave. The boys sounded calm and reassuring in handwritten notes to their families. The notes were sent out with divers who made an 11-hour back-and-forth journey to act as postmen. Heavy rainfall hammered southern Japan for the 3rd day, prompting new disaster warnings on Kyushu and Shikoku Islands today, as the government put the death toll at 48, with 28 others presumed dead. The whereabouts of 92 people were unknown, mostly in the southern area of Hiroshima Prefecture. More than 100 reports of casualties had been received. Okayama Prefecture said 3 people had died, 6 others were missing, 6 homes were destroyed, while nearly 500 were flooded. Evacuation orders were issued to more than 910,000 people. Authorities warned landslides could strike even after rain subsides, as the calamity shaped up to be potentially the worst in decades. As part of the National Cinema Festival held in Paris, which hosts so many outdoor films, the most famous street in Paris, the Champs-Élysées, was transformed into a giant open-air cinema. Here is a report.
The most famous street in Paris, the Champs-Élysées, was transformed into a giant open-air cinema on Sunday, July the 1st. Rows of deck chairs and a screen were installed in the middle of the tree-lined avenue, normally bustling with shoppers, and 1,700 people, selected through a lucky draw, watched classic French movie, The Visitors. The comic film tells the story of a knight and his servant who accidentally traveled through time from the medieval age to the end of the 20th century. For the occasion, French actor Jean Reno, who plays the role of the knight, showed up for the unusual screening. The event was organized as part of the National Cinema Festival, which allows people to go to the cinema for a reduced ticket price of €4. Paris usually hosts so many outdoor films in the summer months. Such festivals is the essence of summer in Paris and part of French tradition. There are also plenty of places to watch films for free in Paris. The Cinema in Plein Air Festival screens films free of cost in the Parc de la Villette, France's biggest open-air cinema.
Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the governorate of Dhofar and its nearby mountains with chances of intermittent drizzle. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of cloud accumulation and scattered rainfall over the Hajar Mountains. Low clouds and fog late at night and early morning are expected over the coasts of the Arabian Sea. Winds will be south to southeasterly light to moderate, while seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main headlines once again. Assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, His Excellency the Minister of Commerce and Industry heads to Ankara to participate in the inauguration ceremony of Recep Tayyip Erdogan as the President of Turkey. Oman Forum for Fourth Industrial Revolution reviews role of the industrial establishments in supporting the national economy. And more than 7.5 billion Omani riyals is the volume of remittances by expatriates during the last 2 years. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.